Laker fans, the season is here, and that means we are continuing to ramp up our Los Angeles Lakers coverage on this channel. So make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications so that you can be the first to know whenever we post a brand new video here on the Lakers Report. Go to this link you see below me, youtube.com/LakersTV, or just scroll on down and hit the big red button. And now let's get into today's show. The Lakers open up the regular season against the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, if you're a loyal subscriber, you know we already did a full preview of this game, but something we didn't know about this game is that the Clippers would be missing a very key piece to their rotation. Marcus Morris is currently dealing with some knee soreness that will keep him out of Game 1. And now, Morris is a bit of a newer Clipper as he only played in 19 games with them last season, and then obviously throughout the playoffs as well before they got bounced out in the second round. And he became a key part of their rotation because, look, when he was with the Knicks, he was a good scorer, and he scored quite a bit, but he was on a terrible team. And then he came over to the Lakers and learned his role and had a bit of a more defined role with Los Angeles as kind of that hybrid 3-4 that can score well but isn't an incredible defender. 17 points per game, 5 rebounds, 41% from 3 last year, but that is combined with his time in Los Angeles and his time in New York, so he's not putting up 17 points per game on this Clipper team. Now, luckily for the Clippers, they have a pretty solid lineup with or without Marcus Morris. I think without him, with him, you might see him starting at that 4 spot, but since he's not going to be there in Game 1, you might see Serge Ibaka starting alongside Ivica Zubac. Patrick Beverley and Paul George will be in the backcourt along with, of course, the Claw Kawhi Leonard as your starting small forward for the Los Angeles Clippers. And as the game gets a little bit closer, I want to know who you got. Type LAC for the Los Angeles Clippers. Type LAL for the Los Angeles Lakers. And in all honesty, I'm not just saying this because I'm on the Lakers Report. I'm picking the Lakers. I'm typing my LAL in the comments section. Let me know who you got in the comments below. But I do feel good about Serge Ibaka for the Clippers. I think this was a very good signing, and I think he will give the Lakers a little bit of trouble tonight. He's been a really reliable scorer his entire career. He's also always been a very reliable rim protector as well, and I think he's actually a better fit for this Clipper team than Montrezl Harrell is. Now, Montrezl Harrell is definitely the better player, and I think he fits better on the Lakers, but Serge Ibaka is a good fit and a good fill-in piece for the Los Angeles Clippers. Over his last 4 years, Ibaka has steadily averaged about 15 points per game and 7 rebounds. Also, blocking around 1 shot per game, but that's fallen off a little bit, or at least it did last year. I don't think he'll quite do the same thing with the Clippers, but he's going to be a very solid piece for them. He's going to give the Lakers a little bit of trouble, so they're going to have to watch out as he'll step in for Marcus Morris, either as a starter or potentially a backup forward. Now let's talk about Kyle Kuzma, who recently signed a brand new extension with the Los Angeles Lakers. The deal's worth 3 years, and the reason that's so intriguing, and the reason we're going to talk a little bit about it more today, is because he wanted to align his contract with LeBron James and Anthony Davis, obviously the 2 best players on this Los Angeles Lakers team. And now his deal allows him to become a free agent in his prime. I'm going to talk all about that a little bit more here in just a moment and kind of break down his new extension and what it looks like for the Lakers. But before I get there, look, Kuzma got his deal. I want to make sure you get your deal as well. Chatsports.com/Lakers jerseys is hooking you up fat with a 70% discount on almost all Laker jerseys today at this link you see below me, chatsports.com/Lakers jerseys. Whoever you want, whether it's Kuzma, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Talen Horton-Tucker, or maybe it's one of the new guys like Dennis Schroder or Montrezl Harrell, go pick it up today for a limited time at 70% off. Before I started the show, I thought it was still at 65%. They have upped that to 70%, so you could basically get anything you want, any jersey you want for up to 70% at any different styles and colors as well. Whoever you want, whatever style you want is available at this link, chatsports.com/Lakers jerseys. Now, Kuzma's new deal, if you're subscribed, you've already seen all this, but he's getting $3.6 million this year, and then that's going to go up to $13 million per year over the next 3 years, with that player option coming in 2022, 2023. Now, why is that year significant? Well, number one, it lines up with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. But number two, he'll just be 28 years old when that year rolls around, and that means he's officially in the middle of his prime. Now, Kuzma took a little bit of a step back last year. He only averaged 13 points per game and 5 boards. Didn't shoot it that well either. But the 2 years before that, he was averaging around 17 points per game and 5 or 6 rebounds, plus shooting the ball a little bit better from 3, 36% in his rookie year. And that's the Kuzma they are hoping to get over the next 4 years of his career. Now, here's what Kyle Kuzma had to say when he was asked about aligning his contract with LeBron and AD. He said, "Yeah, I got a great situation. Having a 2+1 player option and being able to align myself with those guys, of course, being LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and also continue to learn and develop to be in a championship window until my deal is up when I'm into my prime, it's a win-win." And Kyle Kuzma has quickly become a fan favorite among all Laker fans. And I want to know who your favorite Laker is besides LeBron or AD. Because maybe it's Kyle Kuzma, maybe it's Talen Horton-Tucker, maybe it's somebody else. I want to know who it is in the comment section. Interact with me down below by letting me know who your favorite Laker is besides LeBron James or Anthony Davis. Now, one of the newest Lakers that had a little bit of injury problems in the preseason is Dennis Schroder. But according to head coach Frank Vogel, he will play on Tuesday night. He's expected to be the starter because basically he asked for that job and said, "Hey, that's where I want to be. I don't want to come in as a backup anymore. I'm tired of the 6-man role." Well, you get your wish now, as he will come in and be the starter on night 1 and play alongside LeBron James, Anthony Davis, KCP, and Marc Gasol. Now, in his limited time in the preseason, Schroder looked okay as an offensive weapon. 7 points in the first game, 4 boards, 3 assists, didn't take any threes, and played 24 minutes in that first game. In his second game, he put up 10 points, 4 rebounds, was 2 of 2 from beyond the three-point arc, and played an entire 24 minutes as well in that one. And look, I was impressed with what I saw out of Dennis Schroder. I think he deserves that starting spot, but we'll discuss that here more in just a moment. I want to know what you guys think. Obviously, you got my take. I think he should start. Do you think he should? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Obviously, he excelled in a 6-man role with the Oklahoma City Thunder, but maybe he could do the exact same thing as a starter with the Los Angeles Lakers. Because as a 6-man for the Thunder, when I believed that he was going to be really, I think he should have won 6-man of the year. He put up 19 points per game, 4 boards, and 4 assists as a 6-man, and 39% from beyond the three-point arc. Look, if he's putting up those numbers as a starter, it's a wrap. The Lakers have already won the championship. That's all there is to it. But I'm excited and interested to see how he turns out and how he actually works out as a player and maybe potentially as a starter with the Los Angeles Lakers. All we know right now is that despite turning that ankle, he will be available. Laker fans, I appreciate you if you've made it all the way to the end of the video, and I do have a little bit of news for you on today's show. This is going to be my last show hosting the Lakers Report. But don't worry, I'm still going to be available on Twitter at Jimmy_Crowther, and the Lakers Report is still going to continue. We're going to have my guys Harrison Graham and Tom Downey on it a little bit more often. And if you want more of my NBA takes or Lakers takes, follow me on Twitter, and you can find them all there. And then make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, because the videos won't stop pumping out just because I'm gone. YouTube.com/LakersTV, best place to subscribe for all your Lakers coverage.